like to call to order the meeting of the June 12th, 2018 City of Columbiana Planning Commission. I'd like to all stand for the invocation by Deanne Davis and the pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Lord, we pray that you will help our commission members to make decisions that will benefit our community and make it a better place to live. Give them courage and faith to carry on their duties. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Does everyone have their mics on? Scott?
Here.
Donna?
Here.
Tucker?
Here.
Brian?
Okay, so we do have a quorum. I would like to make sure everybody knows this before we begin the meeting tonight. You would, in order for whatever you are requesting of the Planning Commission, because there are only 3 members here tonight, you would have to have a unanimous vote in order for your project to pass. So I want to make you aware of that. If you choose not to have it presented tonight because of that situation, we would understand that. Is there anything else I need to add regarding that? That's all clarified that. Okay. You received the minutes of the May 8, 2018 meeting in the mail. Are there any corrections or discussions regarding those minutes? Hearing none, they'll stand as approved. We have no old business on the agenda. New business. Our first item on new business is a parcel split. John Balmogel with House and Baird, representing Nelson Whitmer, would like the Planning Commission to consider a parcel split of property consisting of 3.779 acres. This property is located on State Route 14 across from Lucretia Lane. So, John, would you like to come forward?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission. The Whitmer family, Whitmer Land Development, would like to have approval of this parcel split. Their intent is to sell this parcel to Ron John Investments, basically the owner of the Columbiana Chrysler Jeep Dodge dealership. And this land is going to be used for additional vehicle storage for the dealership. They actually have had an agreement for a couple of years, and the dealership actually has been using close to half of this property as it is now, and they've used it for vehicle storage. And so they decided to formalize their agreement and actually they would like to purchase this property from the Whitmer Land Development group. So it's 3.779 acres. The Whitmer family is also reserving an ingress-egress easement across, basically lies on where the driveway is there now, that goes in and goes to the back. They just want to have an ability to access the rear of their parcel as well. The property goes, it has ownership all the way out to the center line of State Route 14, and we did reserve a utility easement across it as well in case they ever need utilities for their rear parcel there. I can certainly answer any questions that anyone has about the parcel.
That access road right now in the dealership, that's private, and can be maintained?
It's going to stay private.
So yeah, they already asphalted half of this basically, and they're using it.
Yes.
Okay.
they've had an agreement with Whitmer's, for a couple of years, and they did asphalt approximately half of this and have been using it.
So your asphalt does fall within the limits of the easement, or the
Yes.
Subdivision?
The driveway access pretty much mirrors the access easement.
And then the asphalt that's here is actually within the limits of this? The asphalt parking lot that's out there?
Yes.
The newer one they just recently
The
did?
newest one they, did lies within this parcel, yes. And then there's some additional acreage there that I.
Right on the right hand side?
Yes.
Okay.
Will they be adding more asphalt to
I
it?
believe that's their intent, if they wanna go across, the frontage of this parcel.
Yeah, so that egress follows this. Okay.
Okay, so they'll retain, that's the egress through here,
Uh,
which is there right now.
Right, so Whitmer's land is keeping egress to this back parcel of
Correct.
property,
correct.
and they're just putting basically a road through, it looks like a parking lot.
Correct, it's.
Private
yeah.
drive.
Yeah, it's private drive, but the Whitmers are retaining easement rights in case they, and it just driveway.
Where was the original,
The Ron John parcel has an existing access easement across that very same strip right now, if that was your question, that's how they've been accessing. The main entrance is right across from Lucretia Lane, and the Ron John parcel currently has a egress easement along that same driveway.
so actually, okay, so here's a little bit of concern of mine, is the remaining lands of Whitmer Land Development actually is controlling the egress off of State Route 14. That's correct.
Yes, but there's already an existing, we didn't show on this map, but, Ron John actually has an existing easement that covers that main entrance, so they have rights to enter there. But, yes, the Whitmers, are retaining that main entrance, there.
So there's an easement from Whitmer Land to Ron John off of 14.
Correct.
And then there's an easement from Ron John to Whitmer's off of that.
They have, off of this parcel, yeah, basically cross easements, which are common in commercial developments.
Right. As long as there's an easement in place for, off of 14 onto this property, as long as that's in place, I mean, I don't see a real problem. What you don't wanna do is that happened up in Oregon Steel up in North, a while ago. What you don't want is have Whitmer to control this egress and not have an easement across it, and literally be able to shut down the dealership because they can't get onto the road.
Yeah, no, that's not the case. Ever since the dealership's been there,
Yeah, long as there's something.
they've had an easement to access that.
Okay, so my question is, when you come in Lucretia Lane, and right now you're gonna be bearing off to the left when you enter to go to the dealership or to the easement coming in currently, right? I mean, you're gonna come in off of Route 14, and then you're gonna, the way you are now.
Yeah, there won't be any physical changes to the
None
entrance.
of that, okay.
No.
How about if Whitmer Land wants to develop this property, would there be any issues about this road coming this way? It's already started down here.
Well, that's been paved, since 2007 when the dealership, or rather, that's the reason why the Whitmers retained this. They don't know what the future holds, and they wanted to retain that to be able to, if something develops on the rest of this parcel, they can, but that has already been paved since 2007.
Okay, so they could sell a piece of this property to somebody else, and then they would have, and at that point, we'd have to grant some sort of easement for that.
No, that easement's already in place, so that's go left.
Yeah,
It's
it's already.
Well, that's not that goes right.
Well, that's already their property, so if they landlock themselves, they need to.
Yeah,
So they would do that in.
They do that in the state.
They would
do that in the sale.
They've got frontage on Sponsor as well, not that that would ever benefit
Correct.
I don't know if
them
you call it
commercially,
frontage.
but their commercial interest is.
Yeah, they have, may not be, it's public access
Mhm.
whatsoever, yeah, so they wouldn't be able to block parking.
I'll make a motion that we accept it as presented now.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to, approve the parcel split of property consisting of 3.779 acres on State Route 14 across from Lucretia Lane. Okay, so that's the motion and second. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Again, I'd like to call the roll.
Scott?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Thank you very much, John. Okay, our second item is a replat. Keith Chamberlain representing Steve DeMilo, owner of Prima Healthcare located at 107 Laurel Brookdale Avenue, would like to replat lot number 2 into 2 separate lots, with each new lot containing approximately 2.5 acres. Keith,
Yes. This is a pretty simple replat. What's going on here is that the plat itself right now, if you look at your drawing, includes number 2, lot number 2 and lot number 4. It's all one parcel. And as you probably know, Prima is going to be leased by Mercy Health here in the near future. And so they're going to separate these 2 properties because the lot number 4 is vacant. And their idea years ago was either we're going to expand the business or do something else with that lot. And now they're gonna do the split. They're gonna retain ownership of lot 4 so they can develop it or sell it to a developer. And then lot 2 is where the actual Prima building is, and they'll lease that. This is what the deal is right now. So that's kind of where we're at. I mean, frontage on 2 streets. The one in the back is that private road that Mr. Maple put in. Pretty simple replat.
How does the property line fit with the current asphalt? How far is it?
The property line that's splitting is in the grass a little bit.
Okay.
To the south. Actually, to tell you the truth, how this all worked out is that if you see that dark pin there on the State Route 7 side in the middle,
Yeah.
that was actually an original lot line. The Prima, this is actually like this at one time, okay, the lot to the north. Okay, so, but then when they bought this other property, for some reason, they combined it. Now they're kind of going back to what it originally was, which fits their needs now better.
Okay. So we're not making any, non-conforming commercial setbacks and stuff like that on anything?
No.
And Keith, you said that's a lease in place and how that's a house?
That's the way I understand their business deal. I'm really not privy on all that. I mean, I think Dr. DeMaio, I think that's what he told me. That could all change, you know, I don't know.
I motion to approve as accepted.
Second that.
there's a second. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve this replat as presented here in this plan that we have. Any further questions or comments regarding this matter? Again, we call the roll.
Rick?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes. Okay, those are the 2 items that I'm aware of on the agenda, that we need to discuss. Anything else? Other than at this point, I'd like to ask if the commissioners have any comments.
Probably the last agenda I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. This is, very good. No other questions?
I'll interject something on the project that John was representing. When they originally built that road, I'm sure John's aware, that was built to city spec. So if they were wanting to dedicate that, this Commerce Circle,
Yes.
they could actually dedicate that, because it was built to city specs. you talk about, I don't exactly know what they were doing tonight, but I'm just saying, if you're worried about frontage someday, if they all got together, they could dedicate it.
Okay.
And that's kind of the reason for the cross easements, and then they both, you know, could involve that decision if they ever wanted to dedicate it.
Yeah.
But Keith is correct, it was built originally to city standards, so.
Is there any other public comments? Anybody wants to say tonight to the commission? If not, I entertain motion to adjourn.
So moved.